with my
Doc,
boy
you know,
757 podcast. Doc, we about to bring y'all some, conspiracy theories from yesterday and today. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna go that far back, but we gonna go far. We gonna go back a little something. But we'll be right back with y'all.
Yo, I think it's time we take a fucking time out to hear what Harlem got to say. What, niggas? Harlem on the rise. You don't want no problem with us, guys.
Check out Uncle Jacky on YouTube. Talk sports,
Hit your
fighting, and
can button.
fornication. You know what I'm saying? Come through, chat, light one up, pour one. You know what I mean? Come chop it up with Uncle Jacky. Holla at me.
Salute me, bitches salute me, the block salute me, the hood salute me, you should salute me, they should salute me, so fuck who you are, I'm the motherfucking general. Niggas salute me, bitches salute me, the block.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat.
He talks like his shit don't stink, but he's good people. Well, I knew his father. I liked his Uncle Jacky better. Jacky was all right. Uncle Jacky was excellent. Fucking guineas. The Jacky. Jack was lunch.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate y'all who tuned in, who about to tune in. But yeah, we gonna speak on conspiracy theories, in the industry. We ain't going back to George Washington and the Newburgh conspiracy, nothing like that. But we can basically all trace we can all trace it all back to the basically like Illuminati, Skull and Bones, especially in that entertainment industry. And 757 been doing a lot of work on that entertainment industry, so he know a lot. He gonna be real abreast or adept at the situation. Good morning, Fakwa. I appreciate you for dropping in.
morning.
But yeah, man, it all leads back to Skull and Bones, Illuminati, those back when the forefathers was, they were still sons or whatever, however that goes. But we can start with the first conspiracy that I guess we were taught, or the one that was I guess we still going through that one now. The one where there's no man in the family, especially on the black man side. How they just gave gave these women of, I guess, yesteryear, of yesterday, the 60s, started giving them benefits and giving them reason to keep the man out the household. I mean,
it was a requirement for to get the government assistance for the man to be out the household or label the man. And if you label the man is going to get, stepped on for his employment that he's getting. So, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, and I mean, it's working till this day.
I mean,
now
it's
indoctrination.
My bad, because it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? Like you said, we ain't going that deep, but it's deeper than.
No, feel free. Feel free.
I mean, it goes down to the fact that when we first born and when we get the birth certificate, you understand? From starting from birth, our parents give us our rights, give up their rights to parents for give up our rights already. You understand? So in that case. They don't know what they're doing. You understand? They think everything is systematic from George Washington, the Skulls and Bones. America, United States of America is an entity. It's not a country. You understand? It's an entity. It's a business. So everything that's being processed within America is a business. You understand? So, I mean,
exactly.
That's the originating of it. And I'm with we're going to have some more conversations on that, on this program as well as off this program and have new, different episodes.
Yeah, definitely. But it has been what you got how you feel on that one, 7-5?
And I think is basically focused on like the black community though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, agreed. Definitely agreed.
Yeah. So
And
it really affect. 'Cause you don't see too many other races on government assistance. You probably see white people on them, but they ain't loud with it like black folks is.
No,
You see?
right,
that's facts too. But
Yeah,
you gotta understand
they
because
are the majority.
we
yeah,
don't have a nation. You understand? Us as Black Americans, we don't have a nation that we look back on and be like, "Yo, I'm proud of who I am." Yada yada yada. You understand? Our history is enriched into a lot of things that we can look back on and be like, "Yeah," but we can't actually touch it or we can't actually see it unless you go back. You want, like I said, you go back to the slave trade, trace yourself back to Africa. But a lot of Black Americans was already here already. You understand? In
yeah.
America, and they just came over. We were Moors. You understand? So
Right.
it comes down to where you came from. And again, like I said, we don't have a nationality to look back on and be like, yo, you know what? I'm proud to be a Black American. You understand? Unless you know your history in
Yeah.
details.
Right. And black, that's not even really, that's just like, it's a color.
Yeah,
That's all black is. So white is a color too. Like, they don't really have a home neither, but they did whatever they did, alleged, whatever. I don't even know how to word that, but they did what they did. They made sure they imprinted themselves here.
no, but you
So, I mean, but
let's call it morning, everybody that's tuning in. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, man. Word. I mean,
appreciate you, Bandy.
a lot of people
Appreciate you,
keeping
Bandy. What's
out
going on?
not 9 o'clock in the morning. We definitely appreciate that. But again, it comes down to us blacks. Okay, look at. I'm not throwing out. I'm throwing out. I'm gonna be specific with people. Asians, come over here. You know what I mean? From either Korea, Japan, China, wherever they coming from that side. You understand? They come over here with
India.
a goal. Some of them have opportunities that's granted to them from the government that they can open up business. You know what I mean? So when I open up a Chinese restaurant, and we can go deep in the conversation with that out here. If I open up, I'm Chinese and I open up a Chinese restaurant, I don't accept credit cards, so there's really no way you can tell how much money I'm funneling. And usually
Right.
somebody from the motherland is usually
Dan, what's good?
contributing to one person coming over, and they sacrificing all that money from their community for that person to then reach and pluck back and give back to the community. And but we don't have that again as a nation. We don't have that. You understand? Now we wasn't taught that because back in the '60s that the man was taken out, like you said, the man was taken out the
Taking out the
relationship.
home.
So that kind of chiseled at it. But before that, it was the drugs within the black community in the '60s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. That
It,
contributed a lot too.
it's really deep, bro. It's really deep. You know what I mean? I'm
We
glad you
the
opened up the
yo,
doors for this.
we the only race of people that don't have no history, man. We have a history, but we don't know
Hmm.
our true
We
history, man.
don't, yeah, because they tried to
You
erase
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And I
That's
believe
it.
that started with Alexander and the pyramids, I believe. If it's not him, it was another person. They started taking the noses off of all the sphinxes and started burning down, the libraries and everything like
yeah, man.
that.
Yeah,
Wiping everybody in history, white, 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 white. You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
Yeah, they
So
tried to
it's just
erase us. Yeah.
a
Well,
agenda,
erase them.
man, against black people, bro. So
Yeah, that's a fact. And
yeah,
it's not really we haven't really even turned the corner from that neither. Like it's been put there, that system put there, it got bought into, and it's been going on, and it's probably
yeah,
never
man.
going to stop.
Yeah,
Everything is in place to, keep the foot on not only the black man, though. I mean, yes, especially, but not
Hmm.
only the
No.
black man. It's men
Hmm.
in general.
The
You know what I'm
society.
saying?
it's an
Right.
agenda, man.
And yeah, it's just crazy. Like we having this crazy gender war to the point where people are delusional. Like, I mean, I hate to say it and I hate to sound like this, but a million female soldiers is not better than 500,000 male soldiers. It just won't have. You won't even find a million women willing to fight. You're not. It's like nobody knows what their role is anymore because that there's nobody who has common sense, and nobody's instilling common sense into these kids. So people they don't know. They looking at mom, and that's what they going off of first. And it was put like that. So now you got the feminine acting boys, or the boys that they, even if they're not feminine act, they're not getting that the brain
Yeah.
nutrients they need to know what's coming up next, what they do. You know what I'm saying? So your next steps from childhood or adolescent to adolescence into adulthood or whatever. They need that. You ain't going to necessarily be able to get that from the female. That's why it's important for females. If you're not going to have a dude in the home, get him out there boxing, get him playing football, get him playing the sports, get him around other boys, get him around another man that's going to coach him not only in the sport but hopefully in life. I know
Mm-hmm.
my coaches did.
Cause
Coaches definitely.
see, what it is, bro. They want to make the woman a head, like the head of the household. And so the junk started way back in the day, because it first started with
Susan B.
women having legal rights. You know what I'm saying? Then it went to women having being independent. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it started out. Like that was a process of.
That's how. Yeah.
I agree with you in a sense, but it started out with the World War II, when all the males were getting drafted, and we had, and I mean, not even us, because we was black, we was slaves, you know what I mean? Or you know, we where we was at.
We were frontline. We were
Yeah,
frontline, brother.
well, we ended up being frontline when they allowed us to join. You understand? Because we wasn't allowed to join. You understand? We wasn't getting drafted, but when they needed people, you understand, we became frontline assets and not recognized for what we was. And I mean, we was experiments for them as well with the Takisi Airmen and stuff. But
Tuskegee.
yeah, there you go. But to go back to the war that the ladies had to produce for America, you understand? So they were doing the jobs, the GM job, making weapons or making heavy steel stuff. So they was able to provide and do the same jobs, you understand? In the sense, and they had that power, you know what I mean, the empowerment. And then it came to the, going into equal rights for them, because they felt since I was able to do this, but then it got manifested to something else. And I mean, it got used for the public, for it to be manifested and mentally fucked for the males that's inside in society. You know what I mean? Where I agree with Jack. 1,000 ladies in war as soldiers is not better than 1,000 men. You understand?
Not better than 500.
It doesn't number any number. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're gonna go off of because people like throwing the word out that they don't even know what it means, misogyny and all of that. All right, if you look at the physical makeup of men and women, one of them is built for war and one of them is not. That's what we've been fighting as men. Don't even matter the color. We've been since we were killing animals to eat. So that's part of evolution. Of course, we're gonna get bigger, stronger, faster. The woman has gotten bigger, but it still don't translate into what we do. They're not getting bigger because of muscle. You know what I mean? They're not like
Yeah, but yeah,
it's just
y'all gotta
they're
think
not
about
getting
it
that.
though. That's just only in the United States, man. Every country ain't doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no. It's only the West. The West is become so
Yeah.
weak because feelings mean more than actually being right or wrong. Like
But
I can't
again,
sit here and tell somebody 1,000 pounds that they're fat. I have to call them something else. You know what I mean? I can't sit here and call a spade a spade. I cannot call a spade anymore. You have to be nice. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm calling a spade a spade. But I'm not falling into the delusions and all of that. A boy is a boy, a girl is a girl. Like everything that's happening is like it's supposed to probably hit this group, but then now it's just a nationwide thing to where everybody's under this delusion. Everybody has delusions of grandeur. Everybody wants to have a problem. Everybody wants, equality for something that doesn't even exist. It's crazy. It's like, hey, uh, I got you telling your moms that, hey, yeah, feed me and my friend right here, and there's nobody there. Is your mom really gonna put a plate in front of? Are they gonna set a plate and set a place and a plate in front of nobody to help you with your delusions? I don't think so. They shouldn't. But now we're doing it. They're doing it now. Yeah, here's a plate for your friends. If you got more friends, there's more plates here. It's crazy. It's crazy. We are feeding into stupidity or to not stupidity, ignorance and mental illness. That's
Brainwashed.
exactly what that shit is. Brainwashed. It's crazy, bro.
Mhm.
I'm just letting y'all know now. I'm going on record. Uncle Jackie's not going with that. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Man, woman, child, it don't matter. It is what it is. I'm not. There are only two sexes, and all that other delusional shit. A man and a woman are not the same. I'm not going. We're not. We're never going to be equal outside of like the workplace. That's it. Now, if you mean we're equal there, yeah, sure, that's fine. But as biologically, we're not equal. The mentality of man and woman is not the same. So, I mean, I'm not falling for any of that. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Can't blame you for that right there.
Let's say that again.
So I can't blame you for that right there. The truth of the matter, or what's in front of you.
Somebody
You know
said
what I mean?
something.
You heard me?
But hold on. I
You
don't know
good?
what's. Hold on. I think I might be having some. I might be
Yeah.
having some techie problems.
You can hear me,
Hold on.
podcast?
I hear you a little
Yeah, he
better
was.
now. Okay, now I can hear
Well,
you.
he
Yeah, I
was
can hear you.
loosen up a little bit.
Now you sound. Hold
Yo,
on.
hear me better?
You can hear me now, Jack?
Yeah, I hear you, pod. You can hear me on 7-5?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool, we good. Well,
Yeah,
Jack,
I bet. Y'all can hear me good.
Yeah, we
yeah,
can hear you.
All right, I'm putting
You know how that Wi-Fi be, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me tripping sometime.
uh,
Yeah, I know. It's like, and it shoes. It always is a conspiracy. See, talking about conspiracies is a conspiracy to not let the word get out. You dig? See, Chris Tom gets it.
Okay, I found this on the web for Isn't. Check it out.
what?
What? Who found this stuff on the web?
Yeah, what was that about?
It wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me.
Oh
But
shit! I
yeah,
didn't even
I should be better now. All
Xander
right.
hasn't added support for that with Siri.
Yeah, who
He
got
got
theory?
he got an
Yo, yeah,
iPhone,
but yo, I ain't got no option for that right there. I don't know why that popped up, bro.
man.
Uh-huh.
That
You
sound
part
like
of
an
the
iPhone,
conspiracy
man.
too. Nah, he part of the conspiracy. The Apple iPhone is a
Nah, but let
part of
me
the
tell you
conspiracy
something,
too.
man. I can't hear you, Jack. I can't hear you at all.
Oh wow.
Okay, now I can hear you. I can hear you. I hear everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know what was that about right there. I left the room as y'all could see, and y'all said something, and Siri popped up, and there's no Siri on this thing right here. So I don't know what was that about.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we believe you.
what I seen today, not what I heard, but because I didn't even go into elaboration. That your car, if you got a car and you plug, your car takes the most information out of you, man. And that's even besides your phone. Your car,
Mm-hmm.
if you read the privacy notice on the car, it could, the sex activities, bro. And I'm just gonna go to sex activities, bro. But sex activities, how would you gauge that? You know what I mean? But Nissan got that all in their privacy act or whatever it's called, policy.
Yeah, it's
But
always somebody's always watching, yo.
yo, it is.
Somebody's always
Ain't
watching.
always.
Tesla is the main people. You know what I mean? That watches you with their camera inside. They got cameras on the steering wheel. cameras
Yeah.
facing inside the door, outside, and then they say they won't use these things for any other nature than for security purpose or research. And these guys present things to themselves from outside, the cameras from outside, and things of that nature, and it just violates our privacy. But since September 11th, we gave up basically all our rights with the Patriot Act. You understand? Once they passed that, and the Senate was allowed to pass that, that gave up all our rights basically.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, basically, there's no real privacy at all. There's no expectation
That's
of
why. That's
privacy.
why they did that.
Yep, yep. Because they wanted to. I mean, okay. I got a question for you guys, and this is going to be it's part of conspiracy thing, I believe. Okay, right? We see what's going on with the president. I'm not getting political on your show either, Jack, but it's a political thing. You know what I'm saying? Now we see what's going on with the election. Joe Biden is the leading guy for the Democrats, right? This chick just bowed out because Trump was winning all the electoral or all the votes from the other states that just happened, the caucuses and all of that. You understand? But now
Mhm.
Trump is going to court because he's not supposed to be allowed on the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when come election time, and his name is not on the ballot because he done did that January 6th thing, you know what I mean? Now, is the country going to wild out because now my voting process that I did for months, the person that I want to see on that ballot is not allowed on that ballot because some bullshit y'all saying. You understand? Some court thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's about to be a major, hit to the government. There's about to be some major things going down, and that's just my opinion on the whole format of what's going on with this political thing. You know what I mean?
It might be because I think that if they don't want Trump back in that chair, they'll do anything to keep him from out that chair, man. You see what I'm saying? Anything.
I don't know. I'm starting to think that he kind of what you need, and as far as you trying to do business and you trying to have everything, in your face, so to speak. Like you don't want any by like he brought out all the racist. So it's better to know who's there than who it is than who not. I don't know. And he's not trying to go for the delusion that America's trying to build for these people who are mentally ill. And like teaching the stuff they teaching now in classrooms that they can't even speak on it. Strolling Stone, what's going on? Thanks for dropping through.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be some definitely is gonna happen. And I don't know. I don't know. It's not gonna be pretty. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like just listening to what he's saying, like getting the bullshit out of the schools. We need that. I don't think Joe Biden is going to do that. It don't even look like he tried to this time. So that stuff needs to be out of schools, at least elementary schools. You don't
Joe
need. You don't need. He's like the biggest disappointment, you know, democratically that I've experienced.
Biden.
Yep.
Nah, he is, bro. But he just shell of himself. You know what I mean? Like his movements, everything is just like, yo, what are you doing, Joe? You know what I mean? Yeah, you got elected. Yeah, you had prior things in the black community that worked out well, or you did stuff for us. But then again, there's a lot of bad that you did for us, and you still not continue doing nothing good for America, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And I'm a Democrat. You know what I mean? I'll throw it out there, but it's just the fact that if you look at society and where we came from, we were supposed to be really Republicans because we are for the independence.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We are for the independence of oneself and, want better for society. You know what I mean? But just the fact they flipped us over back in the 60s, you know what I mean? Back in the 40s, even before then, the 40s, after the Great Depression type of thing, you know what I mean? So, anyway, yeah, it's crazy out there. The world is something big about to happen, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so too,
and,
though.
and as
Definitely,
long as you
definitely,
keep, if
some
you,
gonna
as
pop
long,
off. But
oh yeah, especially if you keeping men out of stopping men from being the head of the household, no matter what color you are in the Western world. I ain't talking about globally. I'm talking about nationally.
yeah,
If you keeping men, no matter what color, creed, nationality, don't care. You keeping them out the house, or you got weak men in the house and a domineering woman. of course, the kids, they seeing that. So the world is just going to continue to be worse and worse because nobody's in the position they're supposed to be in. Nobody's performing the job they're supposed to be performing as men and as women. So it's just going to continue to be fucked up. And you know what else is crazy? This is how you really know that they trying to keep the men away out the house. Because a simple fact that if you see that less than 30% of single mothers produce, decent children, decent offspring or whatever, why do you keep giving it to them as opposed to the over 70 some percent by the single fathers? Why do the mothers keep getting the kids? If you already statistically see who produces the better offspring, raising them alone and raising them together. Because if your dad is raising you, according to statistics, if your dad is raising you alone, it's the same thing as being raised by two parents. And that stats not Uncle Jacky.
I tell you why it's being because it's being processed requirements that you have to do as a father, to meet the standards of the courts. You understand? And you got some fathers, such as myself, not going to give the power or the audacity of the courts, you know what I mean, to run how I'm going to, see my child or when I'm going to see my child. I mean, it took a year before a process for me to go back inside of a court after I got served some papers that was, that had no warrant over me being served any papers, you know what I mean, for me to go see my child. You understand? Well, it took a whole year. So now mentally, my son thinks, where's my dad at? After 5 years or 6 years inside his life, where's my dad at? I seen dad every day. Where Poppy? Where Poppy? You understand? So now they mentally messed up my son. So now when I see my son again after a year, my son is like a little weird around me. So now I gotta, try to shape him for a whole hour, 2 hours that I'm with him. But then again, it's like I want him to enjoy the life, so I'm not gonna shape him or form him anyway. You do yourself, be free. You understand? So now it's just the requirements that's out there for the fathers that they have to bend and pause and bend over backwards for this court system. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not lying. It's not made for us. Go ahead, 7-5.
Yeah, man. It's just agenda, man. That's all it is. That they've been doing the
Definitely.
whole time. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely
that's just
so.
yeah. It's just what they've been doing, man, and it's gonna get worse and worse, bro.
No, you
Yeah,
know
I don't
what?
see it getting any better.
No, no, no. Well, I kind of do because now you got guys, you know what I mean? That's aware of the system, you know what I mean? There's books out there. There's the internet research that you could do that you could, start filing paperwork. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, acts that's out there for the parents. You understand? And we just have to research it. You know what I mean? Because child support is not illegal, but child support is optional. You understand? Even though they enforce it on us, you know what I mean? If you put documents set forth, because there's a third party that collect child support, it's not the courts that check child support. The courts order it, but there's a third party that collects it. You know what I mean? And just like when it comes down to taxes, we're not supposed to pay no taxes according to the Constitution. And we have to revert back to the Constitution. Because that's where I first, if you born in America, you born in the United States of America, the Constitution is your best friend. Your amendments and all that, that's your best friend. And us as African Americans, we don't, no, it's not for us. Yes, it is. Use that to the advantage of everybody else is doing it. Why we can't do it?
Exactly. Supposed to take advantage is made for you by you, like FUBU.
We are for the people. We are and the people is supposed to be and the Senate not doing nothing for us. You know what I mean? The whole thing is just like shenanigans, bro. It's shenanigans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The game is rigged, bro. It's definitely rigged,
yeah,
and you just got to know how. That's why they say it's how you play the game, not about the cards you dealt. That's that, and I truly, truly believe that. Mr. Goodbread, hit that link if you want, bro. I know you got a show on like 30, but you can throw us 10 of those minutes.
Yeah, you
Feel
know what I mean.
free.
The system is designed for you to fail, man. It's designed for you to be stressed out. You know what I'm saying? The system is designed for you to do, you know, stupid shit, go to jail. It's just the way the system is on design, man. If you ain't strong minded enough to survive, you're gonna fail, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, but what it is too, like again, like like I was just talking to my sister yesterday, you know what I mean? And it's just us as men. You understand? I'm talking to my brothers. You know what I mean? We don't know who we are. You understand? Granted, if we know our mother and our father, some don't. I don't. Yeah, I don't know my pops. You understand? And we don't know our history. So if we don't know our history, and this is from us getting sick, stuff that we like to eat, pause. You know what I mean? Stuff that arouse us. You understand? Why we like certain things. You understand? And it's because sometimes this is from your parents. This is from your ancestry that passed them and passed down to you in a sense. You know what I mean? So if you don't know where the origin's from, then you're going to be stuck somewhere, and yes, you're gonna have negative outcomes from it, but somehow some people get over that hump and continue on in progress. But then some get stuck right there and get caught up in the system, you know what I mean? But again, we have to revert because even like I said, a lot of things that we entertain, we not supposed to entertain. Police, ID, getting IDs from the State Department and all that. We entertain that stuff. We not supposed to do that.
Uh-huh.
My
I've
diplomat.
heard we supposed to be sovereign citizens.
Exactly, and some call it private citizen. You understand? You understand? But if I'm able to walk, travel, I'm able to ride an automobile without any type of insurance and all of that. You understand?
No,
But
I've seen people, I mean, on YouTube, I've seen people get away with that.
I
They
seen
they
that.
went home.
I seen that too, and
And
not
it's
for
been awesome.
and not for nothing.
There go Mr. Goodbread.
Yes. What up, Mister Goodbread?
Salute, fellas. How y'all feeling? Good morning.
All
Salute,
right, what
salute,
up? What
man.
up?
What's
Morning,
good?
morning.
What up, man?
Go ahead, finish your comment, Al. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
Doc.
yeah, no, but like I said on my channel, I'm about to open waves to that. You know what I mean? And give people, directions to go talk to people that could show you ways to establish yourself in that direction. Because I'm trying to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm going to feel my progress too as I do that, so people could see that it ain't no bullshit. You know what I mean?
Basically. Mr.
Yeah.
Goodbread, what's going on, brother? Yo, that's Mr. Goodbread, brutally honest Goodbread. You see it right there. The last comment I got up there. Feel free, follow, subscribe, like. You know what I mean? It's some interesting. He brings some interesting material to the table, and he also flame people. So you know what I mean. So you know what I mean. Welcome.
Yeah,
Appreciate you dropping by, bro.
no doubt, Uncle Jackie. I respect and I appreciate. I love your progress. I love your motivation, just your drive, bro. I love your drive, bro. We feed off each other, and
Mhm.
it's an honor to be here, man. And salute to the brothers on the panel, man. This
Appreciate
is
you,
what
bro.
Yeah.
this is what we supposed to do. This is what he asked us to do. He asked us to build disciples and bond with our disciples and spread the word and let others that's coming up. It's about the next generation. And you see, we our generation so messed up because it's like they hid the information from us. Like, mind your business, go in the room, this grown folks business. And we needed to know that grown folks business so we wouldn't be struggling the way we struggle nowadays. But you see, this is why what we doing, is much needed. But what I said in the chat was child support should be paid when the dad get the child. And I really mean that. Like, think about it. This whole child support joint, it stemmed from the what I call the widow package. Our laws and everything that we go by right now was written and designed for women that were losing their husbands at war. Modern men haven't been at war in years. It's time that these laws change because now we have women who are rocking out on these laws and their man is still alive. It's at the expense of their man. The man is no longer dead. So where are they getting these funds from? They're getting these funds from extorting live men. This is why it's no generational wealth in the black community, because if you got 50% of men on child support, 50% of women on public assistance, then the government, Satan Zaddy, he got his hand in all of the time. This is why they say it's a stat that's going out there. The dollar don't stay but 1 hour in the black community. You know what I mean?
I
It,
think under hour, I believe. You know what I mean?
It might be under. It
it
might
I,
goes
even be
up.
under by
I,
now.
I believe under hour, if I'm not mistaken. And we the only currency that we only culture that does that. You know what I mean? That takes, it takes a couple of minutes for us to give the money back. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
again, we don't have nothing established. We don't have no businesses. We don't have no, and if we do, the black owned businesses are charging a price. You know what I mean? Because they like, they probably in a better community and they have to pay prices, a little bit more than what they you understand? They got to go out their way to get their products. You understand?
Yeah.
So,
Everything always go back to the blueprint. The blueprint is the rich capitalize on the poor.
mhm.
It's always, I mean, it's not even about color, really. It's classes.
Yeah,
It's a class.
that's true.
It's
When it comes down
classes.
to it.
It's classism. Word. Like people, any color won't mess with you, and if you don't got no money, you ain't got nothing doing for yourself. Any color,
exactly.
it don't matter what color they is. They
Don't
just not
matter.
gonna mess with you. And the minute we get that in our head, we'll stop. As individuals, we'll start building stuff instead of, you know what I mean, consuming. That's what we do. We consume too much. We don't create nothing. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? We
Hmm.
don't. And then
Yeah.
if we do stumble over an idea, we try to move in silence. We don't put nobody on. We don't share. We don't. You know what I mean?
Because that part of me, because there's a lot of haters in our hood, and if we ain't moving out the hood, then we got to worry about what we really coming back to every day, looking over our shoulders. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying to everybody, but there's different avenues that, that again, these people that not supporting, they get hated on by the support on the internet. Come support my baking goods. You know what I mean? Oh, I bought something and it wasn't tasting right. You know what I mean? So it's like the hate is there. You understand? And not that I think that we do it on purpose, but we just do it not knowing because our mentality is that way. You know what I mean? We've been brainwashed, as we saying. You know what I mean? We've been directed and programmed in that direction. You know what I mean?
Right. But you know what too? We a lot of times, right, in our community, what's the problem, right? Is right. We know we've been brainwashed. A lot of the guys in the community, they know they brainwashed. They know they've been conditioned. That, you know what I mean? They've been conditioned to believe what they believe, but they never address who conditioned them. A lot of our fellas believe that the white man, for some reason, conditioned them. Nah, we gotta address our first oppressor, which is our mother. Our mother is our first oppressor, fellas. Like, so a lot of, and what I noticed in this gender war, a lot of men, especially the ones that hate the women so bad, passionately, those are just men that never got a chance to tell their mother anything. They never got a chance to correct their mother or check their moms. You know what I mean? And that's where the conditioning come in. That's where all your traits, you know what I mean? Because that first relationship is between you and your moms, you and your parents. I mean, for the most part, I always say moms because I deal with the single mother topic and the single. I mean, a lot of the men I talk to,
It's
they
a
ain't have
fact.
no father in their life. You know what I mean?
But
They ain't have
but
no father.
I
So
I agree with that too. That it comes down to the mom Dukes. You know what I mean? Because she's the sole provider inside the household. Even if the father, you know what I mean,
yeah,
mom basically got the baby all the time. You know what I mean? But if you're not, if she's not educated the right way either, you know what I mean, that cycle gonna continue being there. You understand? She's programmed just as well and just gonna program her child just as much. You know what I mean? But now we in informational stage right now where we could gather this information. Now, back in the days, the 5% had this knowledge, and they were trying to pass it down. You know what I mean? But yet it wasn't clear to some because they were using that as a religion. Now you can't use it as a religion. Now, if you're using this as a lesson for life as a human being, then more people that more vibed on it a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because I was stuck in being a Christian. You know what I mean? My mom was taking me to church, but yet I had these lessons. You know what I mean? And I've been learning these lessons. You know what I mean? So it was hard, to transpire or transform, but to learn, pick up from all aspects is something that we could do with now the day and age that we in.
And that is, you got something to say? I'm 7'5".
No, not right now.
All right, but this all goes back to what
Yeah.
how I started the topic. The whole plan was to get the man out the crib, get the man away from the crib. Let's keep that
Yeah.
72% as low as we can. Let's give them the female, the child, let's give them all the free homes. They don't even have to have a man, period. Let's give them the free this, the free that, the free this, the help them here, help them there. What you need, we got what you
And,
need. We are the government. We will take care
Yeah.
of you.
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
Uncle Jackie, that's why if we really listen to what my message is, it's gonna always lead back to what my message is. Cause you know what I mean, a lot of us, some of us don't have our moms, so we can't teach our moms, but we have an auntie, so we could give this information to the auntie. You know what I mean? Some of us have our moms still here. We could start to try to teach our moms this. It's gonna be hard because they stubborn and they stuck in their ways, but that's the relationship where it mends. Because if one dude gets correlated to his mom's gonna go out there with her friends and relay that message because it start with the women. They have our woman condition. Am I saying there's no fucked up men in this world? I'm not saying that. Now, of course, there's messed up men in this world, but we got to remember a man can only mess up an individual. So a man can mess up a female, a man can mess up another man, but women mess up the next generation, generations to come. You know what I mean? If her mind not right, if a female mind not right, she and not go with to it what you said, and in order to keep us separated, you got to keep the women believing that all it's
They
about
don't need
is a
nobody.
bag and a look. If you keep the women believing all it's about is a bag and a look, then they don't think they need no nigga. They cause nothing else in between the education and not the wisdom. They ain't think about that. They thinking about a bag and a look.
And a look, right.
Mhm.
And you can't tell these women anything anyway. They don't want. They tell us what we like. Like, how you gonna tell us what we like? That's how crazy it is now. Like love. Listen, I'm gonna say this right here. There is no way in hell I'm not the captain of anywhere I put my fitteds. So I'm gonna put that out there now. Like, you can fight all you want. I'm just gonna go to another ship, or I'm just gonna invite somebody else to mine. So it don't matter. Like, I'm the captain of your ship and my ship. If you don't like it, then don't deal with me.
Facts.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Right. Go back to your mother. Cause that's who gave you the information. That's where you got that
Exactly. Go
motherfucking
back to your
information.
mother.
That's where you got that stupid shit from anyway.
Exactly. The fuck out of here. I mean, but yeah. The only way to to break that is to and it's going that I don't even think that's gonna happen in our lifetimes. It's not because there's too many tools and fuse. And I'm getting tired of females or males, people in general, sitting there because they don't apply to something that it don't count, or they know somebody like, oh, I'm sitting there, I might sit there like, they ain't no women on the front line. Oh, I know this one officer. Okay, how many soldiers are there? So it's like the what do you call it? The rare doesn't fit the norm.
Right.
That does not fit the norm. Like, stop trying to play with me, man. Like, for real. And I don't see us going anywhere but pause down from here, man. It ain't gonna get no better, man. It looked like I did say that it's probably up to 6% now in terms of decent women in the U.S.
Right.
So I mean, maybe it might be the start of something. Who knows? Like, I can't say, but it's not looking good.
Yeah.
It's not looking good.
It's
Twos
still
and
some hope though.
fuse. It's hope, but not maybe
Yeah,
not for
it's
us.
still a hope
So you
though.
got to be happy with who you got.
Yeah. If you got something good, you better hold on to it, bro. That's it.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
fact.
true.
Yo, Uncle Jackie,
Mhm.
add in the back room. Add that to the screen. I want to show you our main problem. It's like if a guest came, add that new guest to the screen. That's some shit I just learned with StreamYard.
It's two of you, three of you.
Yeah, put the one with the girl and the guy.
Okay.
This is our biggest problem right here. And this is why, like you just said, it ain't gonna get no better no time soon.
Still not giving me an answer.
I
You
just
run
gave you the answer. Why do women get so defensive when they're called out on
because
something?
You don't want to be honest. You don't want to deal
No,
with the truth. You don't want to change.
We
what?
just
Not
don't
saying
want to
nothing.
deal with it.
Exactly. Why? Why is that an issue?
Because we kind of want to do what we want to do, and we don't see you guys. Men complain about things that are just sometimes just why are you upset about it? You do. And I feel
because
like
there's something wrong.
For me,
and the only way to communicate and fix things is to address it.
I don't like to be told
and deal
that
with it and fix it.
I don't like to be told that I'm wrong. I don't like to be told when I'm wrong.
That's established.
I get agitated when I find out that I'm wrong about something. Okay, I get agitated, and that's why I guess I get defensive, because I just want to do what I want to do. And no, it's not always right, but I just want to do what I want to do. And when you call me out, it makes me defensive, because I don't even understand why you would be calling me out. It's not that serious.
Yeah. There's no way in hell I go beyond. I would even smash her, but there's no way I'm going beyond that. There's no way. Once I see it, it's like, yeah, I'm good. But that's with every woman, though. They just, at least she was brave enough or stupid enough to say it.
Right.
But that's all women, though. They want to do what they want to do, no matter how right or wrong it is. And that's what they think makes them strong. No, it makes you stupid. You're unteachable and you're undateable. And you need to be thrown in the garbage. As far as the dating partner goes, you need to go in the garbage. Not as a person, a human being, but in the dating pool, we toss you to the garbage. I don't want to be corrected. So you want to walk around here saying 1+1 is 3. And I got to sit there and stand with you and support you.
Yeah.
And that stupid ass thought process you got going on. Girl, you better go eat a wang, shorty. Eat wang. Blow it.
You got what you said for them again. Delusional.
Delusional. And I ain't following no damn woman anyway. And I'm not even a man of the Bible. I'll say that fast. I am not. But I understand, and you can pull anything from anywhere.
Facts.
I could, I like some of the information. Yeah, I did. Go ahead, brother.
You don't gotta be, and that's how they manipulated the Bible. That's how they manipulate the folks to not knowing the real word of God. They get you to think you got to be some old mythical creature. You got to be some old church shiny shoes and crease pants wearing person to read that thing. That thing is just like any other book, any other magazine. You know what I mean? Any other one. I mean, picture you read, 50 Cent got Power, the Power book out, right? Picture you read that 5 times, 6 times. It's just like that. It's just that's the answer key. That's the basic instructions before leaving Earth. So people sleep on it, but you don't gotta be religion is a business, bro. The religion is not even in that Bible. These religious groups, businesses, is not even mentioned in the Bible.
Nope.
The way we date, down to the way we date, have been manipulated using that Bible. They told everybody that you got to get married by going down the aisle. You got to get a ring. You got to lock in with one female. Bro, they teaching people they manipulated people with that Bible. And then there's people that tell you that they manipulated people with the Bible that are manipulated by the Bible, bro. You know what I mean? When you marry a female, when you take that condom off and when your intentions is to be with this female, like now if you're a nigga that's walking around with I'm just trying to smash everything, then your intentions is not to be with one woman. When you play the one woman intention game and you take that condom off, y'all are married in the eyes of God. Nowhere in the Bible is you gonna read anything other than that. He said, wedding is to be held with you, her, and him. He is the witness. And anything after that, when you take that condom off with that one female, anything after that is adultery, bro. Clearly. It's
Yep.
simple, like, and that's it. Now, this shit that the world, this ways of the world did, and dressed it up with the clown circus party and all these rules and letting the devil in your business. So now she could divorce you and weaken masculinity, because the only way they can weaken a man is take his money away. This is also why they manipulate the Bible. They tell people the wrong thing. Money is the root of all evil, when it's the love of money is the root of all evil. And ain't that funny? Because the people that are yell at is the women down here chasing the bag and the look. You know what I mean? So they manipulate the shit so very good. And the pastors, the black churches, the pastors is all down with it. They're all down with the manipulation, bro.
Control, man.
They
Yeah,
feed the people
religion is
just
all
enough.
about control.
Yeah, it's all about
I've
control.
always
Yo,
said that. I've
son,
always said it's all about control.
bro, the cloth and the fabric of America is built off the Bible and gunpowder. I'm gonna leave it at that, bro. I'm gonna go get ready for this show. But the Bible and gunpowder. If you can manipulate the
Yo,
shit out of somebody with the Bible, and if you have that gunpowder, you ain't shit stopping a gun. That's your protection. That's niggas was fighting with knives and spears and shit. Niggas got that gunpowder and it was over.
it was over. Yep. Yo, I
Mhm.
appreciate you for coming out, Mr. Goodbread, man. Handle your business.
Well, Mr. Goodbread.
Y'all check out Mr. Goodbread, brutal honest truth.
No
The
doubt,
brutal
y'all.
honest Goodbread.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Salute, brother.
Peace and love.
But yeah, we gonna we about to move it on. It's still conspiracies, of course. That whole thing, get rid of the man, that shit is the truth. And here's another reason why getting rid of the man in the house. And we're gonna take it over to the entertainment industry, music and
Okay, let's
TV.
do
TV, the big screen, you know what I'm saying? I know you got some shit to say, 757, because this your lane. You just did a couple shows. Check my man's shows out, 757 podcast. You know what I mean? He very in tune with that, with how we in tune. He know what he talking about. And it's interesting. He chop it up real quick and make it easy for you to understand, no matter where you from, who you are.
Yeah.
But this guy used to be I used to be my dog. Was in my left titty. My man Puff, man. Bad boy was the growing up, man. Doc could tell you. I mean, it was like one artist in particular and the group in
Take that.
particular, but Mr. Take That, Take That. I'm gonna call him that. That's what you call Mr. Take That, Take That. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
yeah, let me ask y'all this. They said Puffy Daddy was a big figure out there up in Harlem. He was?
I
I
mean,
mean, I heard a few stories, but that I mean, I guess you don't
Like
hear much
he
because
was
he
a
ain't go to
big time
jail
like
or he ain't.
gangster, like a big time like drug lord type nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard, yeah. Puff is supposedly he's supposed to be connected. He really. I mean, I've heard that before. I don't know
Not
too
him
much
though.
because Puff came up in Mount Vernon.
His
I don't know
pops
what
was
part
up
of.
though. You know what I'm saying? They say his daddy was what's the nigga? Remember the movie that Denzel made? American Gangster.
nah.
Yeah,
That wasn't his pops.
Yeah, not him, but I'm saying that they was saying that Puffy Daddy used to run with him too. So I
Okay.
mean, I don't know. This is
uh,
what I heard.
I mean, yeah. That's we ain't gonna never know for sure unless his dad got died or in jail. Because mostly
Yeah,
the people who get in the game and make it out, you ain't gonna never know who they are.
yeah.
Freddie Myers. Shout out to Freddie Myers.
Right.
But yeah, this dude Puff, he's all over everywhere now, man. First the thing with Cassie, and he is like he putting himself. I don't know, man, because it's been said like 50 said on I guess the Breakfast Club, he offered to take him shopping. Then you got Fab. I seen that one too. I believe that was a Breakfast Club as well. He sat there
Yeah,
like,
that
"Yo, when we
was on
gonna
Drink
party?" He's
Champ.
like,
Yeah, that was on Drink Champ.
drinks. He's like, yeah, but when me and you going party, like, what, bro? It's like one of those, you know what I mean? Like what you said, fam? Like
They,
Midtown, West Fourth Street, kind of. Pardon yourself, fam. Like, what's going on? Like, you all right?
They've been saying that he been artists late at night when they sleeping with their girl, and he like, yo, I got a party at my house, and they're like, yo, who at the party? He like, just me, you know what I mean? And they got the phone on speaker with the wife, and the wife like, yo, like, you know, it's just like it's dangerous waters that he in right now, bro.
Yeah, like and it's like he's the Black Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein, and it's like, man, they these people, like, this is the conspiracy with the entertainment business, with the black dresses on men, not black dresses, excuse me, the dresses on black men, and I mean any man, period. Because if you put on the dress, period, as a man, it's like, I understand there's comedy, but certain people, because when you come into the game, they interview you, they talk to you, you talk about what you stand for, and then 10 years later, or my fault, excuse me, 50 to 100 to 200 million later, yeah, man, I wear the dress, it's no problem, it's all comedy. What happened when you know what I mean? Like, what happened to your morals and principles when you stepped into the game? That's why I kind of respect what they said about Gary Owen, if this conspiracy thing is true. Gary Owen has done a couple of movies. He's been in a few movies, but he ain't never reached like a crazy pinnacle. He stayed right in the middle. Like, I'm right here.
You know what you got to do to get to the next level. You got to put the dress on. You got to walk through the doors, man. It's just like what Norris said. You got two doors. You go through the homo door, or you going through the door on
go
some
through the sacrifice door. The sacrifice
Ain't no other
door.
way to the level, man. You like they'll let you come in the industry, but for you to get to a certain level, you know what you got to do.
What you ready to give up? What you ready to give up? You ready to get that up?
Like everybody
You ready to get down and lay that?
Yeah, everybody haven't walked through the door, but if they want to make some real money, they know what they got to do.
What they got to do?
Ain't no other way around that shit.
Cat Williams said it the best. Name one person that put on a dress that didn't make it.
And they all kind of went crazy too. For the most part, they did something crazy or bugged out eventually. But Bun B said it. Like, you go to one of them industry parties, they got them doors. So it's more than the weed door and the coke door and the cocaine and the heroin door. Nah, you got the straight door. You got the rainbow door. You got the rainbow plus door. Whatever's going on now, I don't know. You got the animal door, I guess. You know what I mean? So it can't be that. It's not that far fetched from thinking there's a certain thing as powers that be.
Yeah,
and I believe that's a fact.
Yeah, they got rooms you can go in. You do this, do that. To get a Netflix special, all that, man. All that.
Yo, he said he get a Netflix special. Yes, brother.
Man, all that. I heard all Quincy Black say that from 3 6 Mafia. He said they were trying to get him to go in the room, and he had refused to do it at a Hollywood party.
Yeah, man, you gotta. I mean, it's like, how bad? Pause. Do you want? Matter of fact, no pause, because how bad do you want it? Huh? How bad do you want it?
Yeah, bro.
You ready to do that?
Yeah. And some of these people will sell their soul for that bag, man. Believe it.
It's more than a little bit. It's more than a little bit, bro.
Yeah. Look at Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart to put the dress on what's that, Saturday Night Live?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man. And ain't no telling what he did behind closed doors either.
Ooh, that's something that's totally different too. But that's a part of it. Because it's all it's all for the black man, it seems like. Or at least mostly for the black man. And maybe the other ones, they gotta do something sexual.
Yeah,
it was hit that casting couch.
White people now. There was a couple of white people that put the dress on too. Remember that movie?
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
Wong Fu.
Cat Williams.
John Lake with Johnny Legs. That's one of my favorite guys. He put the dress on.
They taking whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you gotta understand, to make it to the next level, that's what you gotta do. I mean, it's more stand out in the black community because it's less of us that really make it. You know what I mean? So That's why it's pointed out hard pause in our community. But at the end of the day, like that Hollywood is Hollywood. You know what I mean? They're gonna take everybody again, just like society is gonna take everybody. You know, depopulation is real. This crazy stuff as
Yeah,
far as having this sex party. It's too many people saying it for not to be true. You understand? The Satan worshiping. You know what I mean? Like look at the
yeah,
videos. You know what I mean? Look at the videos they bring out to us. All of that done changed from a person, from the person, the artist that was creating the video to now the producer. I want to show you this how I want the video. Now, who Nicki Minaj? What you know about the devil worshiping stuff? You know the devil statue and all that. But you see more and more of that
yeah,
inside our videos. You know what I mean? So it's like, wow, we have to take a look at it. You know what I mean? Freak what conspiracy theory that you may think, or how lyric people may be thinking. Look at the facts. These are the facts. Too many people saying it.
mm-hmm.
That is a fact, man. So many low level, mid level, like, and Jaguar Wright. Shout out to Jaguar Wright. She is telling it all. She is. She don't.
Yeah,
She's not keeping her mouth closed at all. Because think how many people like what's her name? She got a twin daughter. She was on 101. She made the cutie from 101 with Flex's daughter. Like she's quiet. She got a few shows, but you could tell she ain't get on that casting couch. I can't think of her name. She a cutie too. But she ain't get on that casting couch because she ain't go past like mid level. She
yeah,
just and I salute her. She stayed quiet. You don't hear nothing about her. She just do her little one twos, handle her business.
mm-hmm.
But then you got people who came out of nowhere, and they A1 from day one. This girl been
Yeah,
acting since she was like what 5, 6, 7 years old. Remember,
mm-hmm.
she was playing the young version of Sanaa Lathan in the Love and Basketball.
Yep. Yep.
Kyla Pratt, that's her name. Kyla Pratt. Shout out to Kyla Pratt. So she's been around
Yeah,
forever. And I don't know if I don't think she has $100 million. I'm not saying that to knock her ability or anything. I'm just saying, in order to get to that level,
yeah,
if you
man.
ain't investing right or marrying into it, you ain't gonna get there. You gonna stay
Yeah,
right at the little
you gotta
five,
be a
ten
part
mil.
of yeah, you gotta be a part of the bloodline. And we niggas, so
Hmm.
we ain't a part of that bloodline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
that's
the
going back to the
Rockefellers
skull and
and the,
bones Illuminati.
That's true.
yeah, the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. You know the J people. I can't say the
Yeah.
name. You know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. The jewels, the
Yeah,
jewels.
yeah.
You got to
But
be
bro,
a part of the jewels. If you ain't a jewel, you ain't in there, man. Or you got to be connected some type of way to be, to rock with the jewels.
yeah. And then plus, bro, you gotta understand they put certain people in place to speak the truth. They look at like Kanye West. If he was if he was really going against them, do you think they would allow him to be on these big platforms, man? Still making
Yeah,
music,
because
still
he
doing
still
this,
don't. Yeah,
doing that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it. They got it, the black and white checkerboard, and that's the masonry board. You know what I'm saying? Black evil,
the
that white represent good, so they create that too. You better believe if he was really going against them, man, he wouldn't be allowed on their platforms, man.
I mean,
You
he's
know what
going
I'm
against
saying?
them, but I just think that he, like, again, he's a pawn to the game, and he's still not educated. And as much money as you got, you still okay. You open doors to what's going on within. You open up the darkness to the rest, to the 85%. You know what I mean? I'm gonna use it like that. The people that dumb, deaf, and blind. Now that we see,
right.
you understand, he's still under the mental state of, being, still want to be accepted by these people or a certain crowd. And he know that if I act a real dumb fool, I'm not going to be accepted. So he still want that acceptability. And so he's still being used at the pawn and still got, ties with them, still making money off him. You understand? So they want him, though. The more controversy that he spit, as long as he's not spitting nothing that's really, what I mean, that's driving the force, because people think that he's crazy. So he ain't gonna have that much followers. But let someone else, ride off that porch, you know what I mean? Drift off that smoke that he's throwing out there, you know what I mean? And crack that door a little bit more open, let the light shine, you know what I mean? And there's nobody that's doing that. You understand? Everybody just sit back. Oh, Kanye crazy. Kanye this. You know what I mean? Or he's okay. You know what I mean? But again, if you help him open that door, you just never know how much light we shine to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most dangerous man is an educated one. They always say that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
real educated, really educated, not that school
Mm-hmm.
garbage. Because even a formal education molds you to be a certain way. You be scared to be wrong. You be scared for trial and error. You scared to step out and do your own thing. That's the difference between a lot of people who are educated and the ones that are not. Because the ones that are not, like we'll take somebody who we take a Georgian, no education. He can sit there and start a lawn mower business. I mean, a mowing business or whatever. I forgot what you call it. Period. But they know how to start a business. He's gonna have more money and more on the ball than a person who went to school because they start off from negative 100,000 or depending on where you go to school, went to school at, you had negative six figures when you finish.
Mm-hmm.
So you already started in the hole. That man who's working with his hands, been working with his hands. He been trained since little. Obviously, he never went to school, so he been doing this since little. He was
Yeah.
trained and born and bred to mow lawns, and he
Mm-hmm.
got his own business. And he
Yep.
been doing this since forever. He's
Lands-
gonna turn out better.
landscaping that
Yeah.
your whole yard.
Landscaping, there you go. There you go. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't saying don't get an education, but I mean, they got you. This is
Yeah.
the only way.
But
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah, Jack, man, the only thing that you need to know, man, is how to read, write, add, subtract, and multiply, bro. That's it.
If
Reading,
you want to talk about
writing,
school, that's it.
adding, subtract, and multiplying. That's all you. Them the only steps you need in on life. You don't need algebra and all that other shit, man, to make it.
Because
That's it.
you're never gonna use it. You're never really gonna
You
use
never
it.
gonna use it. You gotta know how to read. You gotta
You
know how
gotta
to
know how to
write.
read.
You gotta know how to add,
Yes.
subtract, and then multiply, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, and this is crazy. They took out cursive, writing in script in school,
It's
right?
script.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard. I heard they did. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
So
They don't even
Yeah.
teach it no more.
so if they did that, how you supposed to write your signature?
Right.
So now they want you online filling out the form, and your initials is your signature. No way, Jose, bro. You
Yeah,
understand? Again, the Constitution is your best friend. You know what I mean? If you know that, and I say that willingly, like I know it all, because I don't know it all. You know what I mean? But I've seen it work. You understand? Like Jack said, I've seen videos of people on YouTube that show step by step they doing this, they getting caught up and no edited other videos or nothing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Live.
and you got some people that will try to deprive you of money. You want to get rich off it. Want you to put money towards it. But there's people out there that will just drop you the knowledge if you just ask them the questions. You know what I mean? They don't want to be time wasted. You know what I mean? But if you ask them certain questions, they're going to give it to you and they're going to give you the direction of you go follow up on yourself. You know what I mean? So like I said on my channel, I'm about to open that waves up too, and I'm glad that Uncle Jackie did this show because it's just gonna open like different doors for different on my channel as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, this shit crazy.
Yeah. And it's like, man, you got the only people admitting to it is mostly, people with melanin to their tone. Ain't nobody else like you got Gary Owen who said, they tried to casting couch him. But that's it. And it's mostly maybe the women, the women that are not melanated or the same culture of Gary Owen. Maybe the women have gone through some hell. I'll probably attest to that. But it's basically seems like it's geared toward black men. I guess is another form of buck breaking. Like,
yeah, yep.
emasculation, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you call that? Castration, emasculation.
Congratulations, yep. It is buck brother. Buck breaking, yeah.
Yep.
And
Just like the
that's
slavery time, man. Just like they did back in slavery. Now the slave act up, they're there and embarrassment from the rest of the slave and then butt break them, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's all it is.
basically, yep. Taking that manhood away
Yeah.
because basically that's what's lacking. That's what's lacking today is masculinity, really, for real. And
Yep.
when you're a person like I am or a person like y'all are, it's called toxic masculinity because you're asserting your dominance, which is your right. It's your right as a man. I'm a dominant man. Like, what am I supposed to do? Be a squirrel to everything? Like, come on, for real.
They got
I'm not going for that one.
Yep. They got
That
niggas so brainwashed, man. You got niggas out here that's willing to get their manhood up and they don't see nothing wrong with it.
give that
For
manhood
real,
up
bro. It's crazy now.
for a bag. Not because of
Yeah.
sexuality. We're not talking like that.
For,
Not because of
for a bag.
sexuality, because of the bag, for the bag, for the bag. Because they're not even targeting the people who are of that, of that community, of the rainbow, the flag community.
Yeah.
So it's not even them. Like it's straight, black men.
I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, yeah, we messed up, bro. Our education we lack of is what's throwing down our community, man. But again, we just gotta get educated. The ladies gotta know their place. You know what I mean? Man,
Man, you got to know their place.
and men gotta know their place in society and where they stand in the household, especially if they're dealing with a family setting like a marriage, you know what I mean? He's the man of the household, let him be the man, let him be provide. And I'm not saying you're not supposed to be out, you're doing your ends, but there's a certain, like I always said, when a man come home, don't want to come home to another fight. He don't want to come home to another headache. You know what I mean? He wants to be relaxed. And I'm not saying you're supposed to have a bathtub running or slippers out the door, anything of that nature. But simple how your day was, baby, or this, that, and the third. Don't you be throwing obstacles in the way and be messing up the day. I'm like, yo, come on now, not yet, baby, not yet, not yet. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He's calling the
And so,
phone.
like we
Yeah.
said earlier, you got a good one, man. Hold on to that good one. I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you
Yeah,
something.
for real. Shit,
Yeah, as
I've
dudes,
been feeling myself.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like
I'm just
as dudes
taking it
that's
away,
been
you
out
know what I'm
there,
saying? Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean? Dudes that used to use they wang to spearfish. We trying to tell you something, man. You got that good rare one, man. And I'm telling people that if you in a corny or go get you somebody from a corny state, somebody from the country, man. Somebody that's not on that city time, man. That's my best
Yeah,
advice
for
if you're looking
real.
for a shorty. Get somebody that's on
For
that
real.
country time.
For
Somebody
real.
because they still got their morals and principles in place from old school women, and they got men in the house mostly. That's where you gonna find it. My daddy taught me this. My daddy taught me that. I know how to shoot a gun because my daddy taught me. Blase blah. But yeah. Say again.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Facts.
Exactly.
I got a
Because
good
I mean,
I got a good woman at home, or it seemed like she's a very great woman at home. So I appreciate what I have at home, and
it
I ain't
appears that way.
you know what I
It
mean.
appears that way to me too.
So I'm not letting that try to get away. You know what I mean? And I had one before, prior. You know what I mean? Not prior to this, but in my life before, it's hard to get two. You know what I mean? So you get one, like y'all saying, hold on to it, man. Hold on to it. Do right.
Word. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Alex.
Yeah, man.
Word.
But shit, y'all got more?
So let's talk about the population, man.
Oh, go
You know
ahead.
what
Go
I
ahead.
mean?
What you got?
I mean, they depopulate people through the food, you know what I'm saying?
Food.
Diseases or
Food.
wars,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Disasters, stuff they've been doing for years. They
Man-made
want to get
shit.
the
Yeah.
yeah, they want to get the world under what? 5 million, some shit like that. I ain't sure, but they
You
want to
mean
get it
billion?
to a certain number. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's 6 billion, over 6 billion people, probably more than that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't checked it lately, but that's the only
It's
only
definitely.
way only way I can see like they want to do a World War III. That's another way. You know what I'm saying? So and
I wonder who's
they
gonna be on the
killing.
front line.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let-
That's what they're trying to do. You got evil people running the world, man. You know what I'm
but,
saying? So
but
we can't trust the water that they be buying from them. You can't trust the food that you buying from them.
the food
And
part,
then I seen this clip with this lady had told these people to go to they had went to Jamaica, right? And she told them to bring some food back or whatever. But they had stopped them at customs and saying you can't bring no food back to America that they got seeds in it. You know what I'm saying? Cause they
Right.
figure
I remember
you
you
can,
telling me that.
yeah, you can use them seeds to grow your food. You see what I'm saying? So we eating a lot of fake stuff now, man. So
yeah, like
the
a lot of
only yeah the only like safe way is to grow your own food. And then they say they're trying to pass a law on them to stop people from growing their own food,
Growing their own
buying
food.
up
Yeah,
all
I
the
know.
farmland. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to figure out how to survive in America, man. They're trying to make it a matrix. You know what I'm saying? For real.
again, again, bro. Like we have to study that Constitution and establish ourselves as whether you call it private citizen or having your own sovereignty. You know what I mean? Whatever you call it. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
it just demanding oneself to be respected by the government or the entity that's out there. You know what I mean? You're not gonna look at me as a business. I'm not a business. I am a person. You know what I mean? I'm a human being. And as long as we still being programmed as this way and we still, going with the program, then we gonna be stuck in the matrix, like you said, we're gonna be messed up. But yeah,
Yeah.
going back to what you just said, the farmlands is being owned by the government now. You know what I mean? Any farmland that's being probably owned is being bought out or being sabotaged, is being depopularized with their goods. You know what I mean? So that's crazy in one sense. And if we be like, who's doing this? Who's doing this? I mean, we have to look at our government doing this. You know what I mean? And why you're doing this? The food that we eat, plastic particles
Mm-hmm.
plastic particles inside these foods, and we wonder why we get sick. You know what I mean? They just, I just watched some stuff about, the Stanley Cup, the thermal. You know what I mean? Everybody was on it for a couple of months or for a couple of years. This thing made billions of dollars. You know what I mean? And then come to find out it got lead in it. Same thing with the toothpaste. You know what I mean? You eat the
You
toothpaste
better
that
look at the label.
you know what I mean? These things, the deodorant that we use with aluminum we put under our own, these things cause cancer. So depopulation inside America is serious. You go to other
Mm-hmm.
countries, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? The food labels is way different. The Pringles that we eat is not really potato chips, but they give it off as potato chips. You know what I mean? So we into the system, we feed into all of this, the American cheese, slices. Look at the label. It's not cheese, it's processed stuff. We eat all this processed stuff. Processed stuff is hard to break down within our bodies. So
Mm-hmm.
if we can't break down in our bodies, what are we doing to our body? We building chemicals and balancing our body that's gonna end up coming out the wrong way, causing tumors, you know what I mean? Causing
Yeah.
our body to not act the right way. You know what I mean? So it's just deep, bro. It's just deep. And um again, America, United States, sorry, you know what I mean? It is one of the worst places where they are depopulating the people, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
it's not
Yeah.
it's not hidden, you know what I mean? It's in plain sight, but we just don't do our research. We don't read.
Yep.
Again, it goes down to read. If we reading it, why we putting what's plasmodipherites? You know what I mean? I'm saying this thing all wrong. I'm making up a name. You know what I mean? But what's that? You know what I mean? What's that shit that we can't pronounce? Why we
You're
putting that in
right
our
though.
body? You know what I mean?
Yep. They
And
be they be had they
Chemicals.
be having some words on them Johnson I ain't never heard of before. I'm like, what is this? You gotta
but
look that stuff up,
Polysorbate
man.
80.
There be some crazy
and
words
Yellow
up there.
and
5.
then and then
Yeah.
when you look up that word, you have to look up 2 more words because you got to see what the fuck what's
Because
iodine.
it's all scientific. It's all scientific.
Mm-hmm.
Again, who's going to do that research? As black people, we don't take that time, but we take that time to click on TikTok for fucking 2 hours. You know what I mean? And yeah, like, or don't like. You know, so we got to stop. Our priorities is really fucked up. You know what I mean? And like again,
They are.
I say that with with my priorities fucked up too. You know what I mean? But again, I'm trying to go make it mandatory and to do it the right way and show y'all how it's done. You know what I mean? Cause it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
GMO, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
facts. Facts.
Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit in the foods. I mean,
Man-made
I try to
food,
make a
man.
conscious effort to watch what the hell I eat and you know what I mean, what I
Absolutely.
ingest, period. I try to drink more water than anything. Yeah, y'all see me chugging back, whatever, but shit, I drink water. Believe that.
So
Uncle Jackie drinks
I,
water, a lot of water.
I
Water, rest, and walking, bro. Do a lot of walking, get a lot of rest, and water. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that video, Jack, I did about healthy, and I was playing Prodigy and Dick Gregory and Stress, what
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
saying, and how Prodigy was
Right.
like he ate it when he was in jail. He started reading books and he knew greens. And when he had the sickle cell,
And
he
he started
started
fucking with the
eating
greens,
greens.
yeah.
He ain't get sick no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, stuff like
Right.
that, bro.
it
Yeah,
comes
that's a fact.
Dr.
Yeah.
Zabi talking about the mucus inside your body too. You know what I mean? And that's
That's what
Mm-hmm.
you need to get rid of.
yeah, and the mucus comes in different forms. You know what I mean? It could come in pus form. It could come in actually mucus, snot. You know what I mean? Things that your pores, your body's trying to fight and trying to release one way or another. You know what I mean? So you just gotta watch what your intake is, and it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
you
man.
gotta watch what you eat, watch what you drink, and watch what you say.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Watch what you say because you are being recorded. Watch what you
Yeah.
say.
If you
Yeah.
think about it, like all these platforms out there, all these apps that they got that we record on, you understand? Yes, it's our product, it's our face and our stuff. But if you read the Privacy Act, you know what I mean, it's not really our rights. This is no longer ours. You know what I mean? To be honest with you,
Mhm.
they could take this and delete this, and you no longer see this no more. You know what I mean? And we don't personally have a recording no more because we're not recording on another device unless somebody is. You know what I'm saying? Then you got that hard drive or whatever on tucked in that way.
Yeah.
But us as individuals are just starting this or just trying to make waves. You know what I mean? We don't have a hard drive, you know what I mean, for that. You know what I mean? Our stuff could just
Right.
delete it just like that because we on somebody
Mhm.
else's platform. Just like with the Citizen app, you know what I mean? I think the Citizen app is the most rigged app for the people because the people supposed to be making money for all the things that they're recording. They news people right now. They are recording as journalists. So you pay a journalist for this footage. Why wouldn't you pay these people for the footage? Because they download it on a free app, they record it. Like I said again, when you finish that recording is not on your phone. That recording is on the app. You cannot
Yeah.
take that recording from that app. You understand? So
Mhm.
there's a lot of things that we have to be aware about, like what we use and how we use them, and how can we protect ourselves just in case we need protection. You know what I mean? Especially if we're talking about sensitive matters.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to discuss sensitive matters. Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, you know what? They made everything so convenient. People forgot how to do things by hand.
By
So
hand,
it's
man.
like, man, you better go back to writing shit down. Yo, you see me, bro? I write shit down, man.
Yeah.
My fault. 757 can attest to that one. He know I
Yeah.
bring a notebook to work.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
write
You
stuff
the one.
down,
You the
bro.
one put me on to it, Jack. I done got me a book stop right now. Notes, man.
That's
Write it down, bro. All
Yeah.
that computers. I mean, you never. And sometimes I feel like we get people that might pop in at certain time, even though I know it's not true. I'm gonna say that, but like how somebody made a post about exactly what we were just talking about last week about the teams being picked with Saquon Barkley and all that. Bro, he picked every
Mhm.
team that we picked from the Raiders to the Chargers. Every team that we said, bro. And it's like, yo, did y'all watch us and not show no love, or are we just thinking the same? Like, is this for real?
Word, 5 teams. Yep.
Yo. And then there was a time where I had called out, it is what it is. Like, I bet you I'll beat y'all in, overall sports. Why they start getting good at everything? They decided to get good at everything. It was crazy. They got good. Shout out to it is what it is. But at that time, I would have smoked y'all in this. But y'all on y'all thing now because y'all have y'all look good. Number one, let me say that. But y'all also have the resources to be where y'all at. So
Yeah.
shout out to y'all. Yeah, they getting better and better. I can't, and then they got the juice running with them. Pause. So it's always fun over. They got Nelly over there. It's soon you ain't gonna need ESPN. Soon our normal way of doing things is gonna be obsolete.
Yeah, man.
Evolution at its
So
finest.
they can take away the internet any time that they want to. They can cut this thing off, man.
They and some people will be crippled in life.
The
They will
other
be
day,
crippled if you took away the internet.
I don't know how far it went, but out in New York, AT&T went out. Nobody had
Yeah,
service.
Yeah, I
down
heard
here
about
too.
that.
It was everywhere, bro. Down
So
here too.
so AT&T went out. Now AT&T went out. That's been crazy. You know what I mean? But I told my girl the other day when Facebook and IG just went out a couple of
I
days ago,
heard.
maybe
I
like
heard.
3 days ago for a couple of minutes. I don't know how long it went out, but I could tell you at that time my phone went out. I had no service, only SOS. I had it for about maybe five. I noticed within 5 minutes. I was driving though, so I couldn't really tell you where that time started, but I couldn't tell you where it ended either. But I could tell you for like 5 minutes, I know I didn't have no service. So I was driving to the store to see if I could get a different case because I did crack my phone. So I thought that had something to do with it. But then at the same time, IG and Facebook went out. I was like, yo, maybe these dudes is hitting the switch, you know what I mean? To see how much they could function, you know what I mean? What's the capability of it, you know what I mean?
A test
And
drive.
and see what people gonna say and do, how they gonna react.
Mm-hmm.
And it
You
probably
know,
was a
bro,
state
back
of panic.
yeah, yeah. Back in the 90s, man, we ain't had no cell phones, and they were cell phones out, but people didn't have them. You know what I'm saying? They could
Right.
flip phones,
It
and
was
it wasn't
rare.
like
Yeah.
it is now. You know what
Everybody
I'm
now
You
have
gotta
saying?
that.
blame Nextel. You gotta
We
blame
was like,
Nextel because they the one who
yeah,
made it like popular with the chirps.
Yep.
yeah,
That chirp started the wave. If you ain't have a
yeah,
chirp, you wasn't nothing.
Word.
yeah.
You were
Back in the
nothing.
90s, man,
Word.
we went outside. Niggas was
Right.
outside
We
back
was
in
outside.
the 90s, man. That's how we getting to get to know each other and all that. Niggas went outside,
And
man.
and if you had something to say, go outside and say it. Be saying it to your
Yeah,
face, not online,
yeah.
not no song.
Yeah, it's
Word.
different there, man. You don't even see kids playing that play on playgrounds like that no more. But not
No.
like
I
that.
don't
I
even
mean,
think
you
there
do,
are too many
but not a whole
playgrounds.
lot.
You gotta understand one.
Nope.
You gotta look at it. The playgrounds is fucking hot. You got the rubber mats out there. You got the reflection of the sun hitting that the slide.
Mhm.
It's fucking
Sliding
hot.
board.
Like, think
Yeah,
the makeup of it is weird. You understand? Like I'm like, yo, how can a child come sit out here? Between 11 and 4. If it's hot out here. So it has to
yeah,
be after 4 p.m. when the sun goes down. You know what I mean? And and,
yeah,
and things start cooling out. But then who wants to be out there that late? So it just look at the setup. It's like it's really
mhm.
bugged out. You know what I mean?
But
And
we fought through all of that though, bro.
no, we
We
did.
played out.
Back in the
We did.
90s, yeah,
But you got the
Yeah,
internet.
we fought.
Internet run stuff, so that's what's taken away. You know what I mean? Being
yeah.
inside and that connection
Hmm.
is not there. I could talk to you on Facebook and you could be miles away. You know what I mean? I could talk to you on Facebook, you could be right
Yep.
across from me. You know what I mean? In the next room, like that's just
Hmm.
weird stuff. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that goes down to the parents. You know what I mean? It goes down to the structure of your household, like how you communicating them. Are you taking that phone away from them? Are you monitoring that phone? Are you
Yeah,
allowing
bro.
your kids to go out? But then you
Yeah.
allow your kids to go out, they're shooting, they gang shit going
Oh
on.
yeah, yeah. It's bad now. See, back in the 90s, man, it was bad back then too, but
Like,
not like it is now.
yeah, maybe stab, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
You know what I mean?
People
Nah,
got shot
but
back then, but not like it is now. It's different now. You gotta
nah, you gotta
watch
peep it.
yourself every time you go outside. You gotta be aware of everything, bro.
But you got to peep it. The OGs was different back then because I remember a couple of times, and then I never end up going to that park ever again. But they came up to my mom's like, "Yo, Miss Lady, you might want to get your son and go upstairs." They ain't know we wasn't from there, but it was just love. Like, get the civilians up out of there. Now they just shooting. They don't care who outside. Because I
Yeah.
remember that. I can remember that plain as day. Yo, you might want to. And my mom's never let me go back over there ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Like I went over there myself, but that's
Mm-hmm.
another story.
No,
But
still,
yeah, they not doing that no more. There's
but
no honor in this shit no more.
but that also built your character too. You know what I mean? That your moms didn't want you back over there, so you understood, and maybe you didn't understand at the time, but your
Oh
moms.
no, I did. I remembered. I understood.
No. But listen, but for people that didn't, you understand? Maybe they didn't, or maybe they didn't. You understand? But their mom showed love at the household. You know what I mean? That love was there. But then, as a young boy, you had to go find yourself and go see, like, okay, even though I know it's dangerous out here, I'm gonna recognize danger. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be caught. I'm not gonna be the one caught in the crossfire. So you have more of confidence of trying to, feel yourself. Pause. You know what I mean? As a man, as a young boy or younger man going up into a man. You know what I mean? So that characteristic not being built no more. You know what I mean? I told you on the phone. You know what I mean? I share my location. You don't think the ops gonna come now as they call your enemy, the ops now, you know what I mean? The ops ain't gonna be right behind you. If you messing with a real dude, the dude gonna creep up right behind your head.
Yep.
That's true. That's true. It's like dude who was counting the money and they ran right up on him and threw the
Mm-hmm.
gun in the car. Like, let me
Mm-hmm.
get all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, yo, y'all stupid now. That's what Doc is really trying to say, man. Y'all stupid now. Y'all meaning people in this new generation. Y'all are really stupid. Y'all are doing things that we would teach you the exact opposite of.
Word. Word.
Because there ain't no man gonna teach his son, yo, you're supposed to be sitting there flashing your bread on. He gonna tell you to put all of that away and put two, three, maybe $5, $10 in your pocket, depending on the time period you was born.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I'm saying? Ain't
what are you
nobody teach you that.
flashing for? What are you flashing for? Why are you
And then
showing?
your father will take it from you. Your father would have took it from you. Now it's mine, and he'll give it back to you later.
Yeah, like what are you doing, son? Like stop it, five. You know what I
Like you
mean?
an idiot. You're an idiot. Hold up. It says it's okay, never mind. But
Yep.
yeah, man.
Time to change, man. A whole lot, man. The world done got crazy now.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I remember when I was in the streets, like for real, I'm watching the basically might as well say the boss. I'm looking at him grab bags, looking at him do this, do that, and how he treating the civilians. So, when I stepped out on my own finally, I was grabbing bags and doing this and doing that and buying the ices and doing, you know what I mean? There's no
Yeah.
honor no more. There's no more honor. Now you got
Yep.
the people.
Respect. Mm-hmm.
There's no respect. There's no honor. It's rats, and the rats is okay. They walking around mingling with the soldiers. It's like, yo, what's going on? If you was my friend and you a rat now, you not. I'm not really. Our relationship has changed drastically. Like that's just by law because I'm in the streets. I can't be your friend the way we was before you rat because I can't trust you because I'm in this game. I can't tell you anything. So don't ask me anything. Like I'm not
Yep.
even gonna be around you. I'm gonna make sure I don't be around you. Now rats is intermingling with soldiers. Like, are you still a soldier or are you rolling with dude? Like I'm just talking about the street game right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to confuse nobody. But everything, whether it's the streets, whether it's, out the streets, it's all changed. It's all different now. Like now you got people who can't go to school without a pet because they got anxiety. How many dogs do we see coming through where we at because people got anxiety? Like anxiety is at an all-time high.
Facts. That's facts though, bro. Cause that's built up. I can't tell you if it's the food. I can't tell you if it's the water. I can't tell you if it's the medicine. I don't know where that or the buildup of what we watch. You know what I mean? The effects
Mm-hmm.
of TV, the news. I can't tell you, but it's at an all time high, bro. It's definitely at an all time high.
Y'all
I
can't
mean,
forget
I'm.
about the chemtrails too, man. Them
Yeah,
chemtrails
yeah,
the jets way in the sky, them is chemicals that come down and have you
yeah.
thinking a certain way, acting a certain way, all that. You know what I'm saying? And you
I
look
mean,
up in the sky, you see them jets just spraying them joints be way up, man. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? People getting
yeah,
sick, you know. Yeah, don't forget about that too. You don't know what you breathing when you go outside, bro.
Facts, facts, and how long
Yeah,
it is in the air. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm well, I made me y'all open my mind to something just now because I'm just gonna take it back. It starts at the home. If your mother letting you get away with this, and I say mother because that's where most of the kids are. They're with single mothers. So if your mother letting you get away with this, then you're gonna get away with it. And you can't medically find anxiety. You can't, it's not something you can sit there and say, yep, 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 that's it. Anxiety, I see it. No, so you're gonna have to take the word for it, which means Zoloft, which means medications, which means you being dependent on drugs at an early age already, something to change your mood. So of course when you get older, you're gonna want stuff that changes your mood, changes how you feel, or you're just going to be weak, period, in the brain, which leads to drugs. So either way, you know what I mean? I like I said earlier in the show, I do not see things getting better, and I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at the same time because I'm not feeding into the delusions of people. I'm gonna do my part as a man, as a black man, but as a man first, period. And I'm gonna make sure I tell the truth at all times. Like I'm not gonna sit there and tell this I'm not gonna be Dwayne Wade. Let me do that. Let me say that. You are a boy, you are a gay boy. That's it. You're not anything else. And if you
Wow.
feel like you're something else when you turn 18 years old, then be what you fly, shorty. Fly. Out this house. Fly. Be what you want. I'm not living in your delusion. And I'm not even sorry for saying that. I'm not living in your delusion.
Mhm.
You're a boy, you're gay. That's it. It's been, it's 2024. Nobody cares about anyone's sexuality anymore. Nobody cares. Nobody is getting stoned because they are not in America. They're not.
Nah,
So you'll
not
be
over here.
okay.
I got a
Not
question.
over here. They're not.
Got a
Yeah.
question for you, Uncle Jackie. Was there a comment that you seen up there that like it showed you had a comment, but when you clicked on it, wasn't nothing there?
It was a guest that was supposed to be there, but I don't know if I missed it or when I clicked on it was not there. So I
Because
mean, we might be haunted.
because my boy sent a text, right, and it didn't reach YouTube, but it went to Facebook. You know what I mean? And I'm not going live on Facebook, but I tried to bring it back over here to YouTube, but it wouldn't allow me to send it. So, and it had some mathematics on it. You know what I mean? But it's just crazy. Like if they want you blocked, bro, they're gonna have you blocked. You know what I mean? I just thought that was a comment up there that I know you said something. It was like I thought maybe you sent the comment and it just disappeared. But they listening, they watching.
Oh, they always listening and watching, and I'm a dude like I just had Nurse Jackie order me some books. You know what I mean? That I don't know why I didn't read them yet. I don't know why they, because I guess Serious 48 Laws of Power and the Art of War. I don't know why I haven't read them yet. I don't know. I read. I'm an avid. I was an avid reader. I don't know why I read the Art of Seduction, at least most of it. So I don't. That's why I'm so surprised at myself, like why I haven't read those two books. But y'all get ready, man. Like I already know
Yeah.
my brain is gonna. I know that's gonna be drugs for my brain. I know it is.
It is. It
So
is.
yeah. So it is. I've read excerpts. I've read pieces, but I haven't read it in its entirety.
Especially the 48 laws of man. You know what I mean? Like that's going to definitely open eyes for you because I read pieces, but I didn't read all of it. Pause. You know what I mean? Um, but even Art of War too, like got some pieces to it that it'd be like, yo, like this is how society is being run. You know what I mean? So yeah, read them. That's some good looks, man. That's definitely some good books to read. You know what I mean?
The funny part is this is what it is. This is why I didn't read them. All right, when I was making my stint, when I was doing my stint in college, quote unquote, they didn't allow that on campus. They did not allow those two books on campus. And it's amazing that my boy snuck in the art of seduction. And then and I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. Shout out to my man Philly, the African American one, the black one, Black Philly. I don't want nobody married now to get it because it was two of them. It was two of them. So shout out to Black Philly, because he used the art of seduction and he actually seduced the god, like for real. And I watched it, like, hey, yo. So so once they find out that these books actually work, if you smart enough to know how to put them to use, they're gonna ban it because I'm telling you, I forgot who. I think I asked Vito to send me the Art of War or 48 Laws of Power. And then I found out, like, yo, you can't. They heard me on the phone saying it, and it was like, yo, bro, you can't get those books. You just, you wasting your boy time right now. They're gonna send it right back to him. That you can't have those books. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because
oh, wow.
because when you indoors, they don't want you to learn that because now not only that you seduct, but now you know the laws and what type of systematic that you are in now. You know what I mean? So yeah, you may rebel. You may have people that want to rebel. You know what I mean? Or use that to their
I've
advantage.
always been rebellious. I've always been rebellious. I
So
don't. I've always. Yeah, I was born in the wrong era, but that's another story.
yeah, I say that. Well, we both say that. You know what I mean? Like we both, freedom fighters in a sense. You know what I mean? You may not talk about it, but I think you be the type of dude that be about it. You know what I mean? You be like, yo, let's go. This shit ain't right. You know what I mean? So I
Because
get
I don't like injustice. I don't like injustice at all.
on
I
any
don't
level.
like it.
Yep. So
Yeah, on any level, I don't like it.
so
But yeah, that's another thing. We got killed too. But that's another thing. That's another thing. Um, but yeah, man, we gotta change how we thinking, how we eating. Like, and sometimes we gotta change what we put in our brains, man.
mhm.
Because now the wave is these women that's just the Cardi B's, the Sexy Reds, what's the other one that didn't even know she was a musician? She's talking about magician,
Who
and
that?
that's her. I mean, Sukihana, right? That's her
Oh,
name, I
okay.
believe. I mean, it's just, I mean, we had Lil Kim, but Lil Kim actually had skills. It was more than just, sex and, this man going to do this and do that. Like Megan Thee Stallion, her music, horrible. Like, it's all horrible. And
I
and
think
that's what they soaking up.
she's a man, man. That's just me.
What
You
I
said
happened?
she
think she's
what?
a man.
You think she a man?
Yeah, man. What's a stallion? Ain't that a male
That's
horse?
what I said. I said that. Megan the Male Horse. I put that on Facebook when
What
she
did
first came
Cameron
out
say
years
when
ago.
remember Tory Lanez got set up and trying to say that he shot her? What did Cameron say? Cameron said he seen that cock come out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about that. I wouldn't be surprised if she come out as a man. I ain't never liked Megan, man. Like when she was taking on Nicki, I always knew about Nicki from the Smack DVDs, the Come Up DVDs. She was always rapping hard. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I ain't never liked Megan Stein no way, bro, at all.
And you know who listening to it? Little girls. That's what they listening to. So they already being indoctrinated with the bullshit.
Yep.
Like they have it. They have the videos showing the girls 13 years old, eighth graders, so 13, 14, talking about they don't want a husband, they just want a baby father because otherwise they won't get child support.
That's
So
sad.
it's like it's already bad. It's horrible.
Mhm.
It's bad, and
Yeah,
it's
bro.
not gonna get any better because it's seeming like women are taking advantage of the fact that the system is basically now built for them to get away with everything. Like I played the video with Trevor Bauer about Trevor Bauer. That woman got away with that. She's on tape talking about how she gonna get at his $51 million. Nothing happened to her. Not a
Mhm.
damn thing. So you got people looking, and who's looking? Girls that are looking up to that these pretty women who's out here with the athletes, and and they watching them fleece. Like Shorty got a baby by Brandon Ingram and Anthony Simmons. Like what do you do? And then I'm at work. One of our coworkers, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm telling her, and she kind of a an older lady. kinda. And I'm telling her, explaining to her, like, yeah, man, this, that, and the third. She's like, oh, that's good, huh? I, like I had to, like when I recovered, when I found, like for real, I'm sitting there like looking, thinking about the age, and when I recovered, I was like, okay, all right, I got to go over there. Like I just got to go over there because I know she felt that though. I know she because it was like I got to go back out. I got to walk back out this door because I kind of want to say something. I don't want to. I'm not gonna sit here and battle you. I'm not gonna sit here and battle you. I'm gonna respect my elders today because that is like it's like one of those things now with me. It'd be like you're the problem. You're the fucking problem. I'm trying to get off of that. That's why I just make fun of people now. I ain't got time to point it out.
Yeah, hold
You
on.
don't want to listen.
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna flame you.
She needed to be struck by lightning, bro.
It's the mindset they got, man. It's the
Yeah,
mindset
that
they
is.
got, bro.
I'm sitting here like, wow, you said that's good. I mean, it's not even really good for the kid. I mean, financially, it's great. That's the only thing that's great. It's nothing like this. That's just ridiculous, man.
It's the
Basically, the father has been replaced by alimony and by child support.
hmm Some of y'all, when you rich, man, you don't know who to trust. You know, a female marry you, divorce you, get your money, or she get pregnant by you and then take your money. You know what I'm saying?
Either way,
I
your
wouldn't get
money, your
married, man.
house.
If I get rich, bro, if I had sex with a girl, I'm using condoms. I ain't getting married unless I come in with somebody that been through the struggle with me. Then yeah, but
Right.
or than that, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause you don't know
I ain't gonna front.
what their agenda is. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
It's hard to trust people, folks, man. When you rich, man, I'm telling you, bro.
oh yeah, we know that definitely because in the heyday when I was hood rich, I had a whole you got rosters then. You got
Yeah,
you got NFL type rosters.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, like you go anywhere, like it don't even matter. You just smoking boots. And I mean, it is what it is, man. You meeting people for the first time because your brother put you on to them, and you smoking boots and breaking furniture while doing so. So I mean, there's proof
Bad,
to
man. Yep.
it.
That's the bad, bro.
That's right. It's crazy.
That's what they do.
And I mean, that bag is that's what really, yeah, that bag. That's what's really got them fucked up now. Like the OnlyFans shit is out of control. Like, and it's not even that. It's not even that they doing these things. It's that they not accepting the fact that this shit is frowned upon if you're looking for somebody to be with you, or you're looking for some type of, you gonna do your thing, do your thing. Ain't nobody tell porn stars to stop doing porn. We just not gonna date them. That's just what it is.
Yep.
That's what. Why would I want to be with a woman? A million people. Yeah, you got $3 million because a million people paid $3 to see your butthole.
Cause you got dusty dudes that like that, bro. I don't know, man. That's crazy. Like,
Every time we go out to eat, some nigga walking up talking about, let me get your autograph. And when you don't do it, they gonna disrespect you. Especially when we from New York, bro. Oh well, fuck you then. You know what I mean? Like fuck up your whole day now. So am I supposed to defend you? Like how can I? He's seeing your asshole. You're a celebrity. How can I defend you? He ain't even physically touch you. He just said some words that got you mad.
All right.
So how about I just don't deal with you at all, and I don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? It's easier not to.
Yeah. That's how it be, though. That's how it be, bro.
Yeah, I'm just
Yep.
like I said earlier. Like I'm gonna keep saying, I'm not going. I'm not with nothing, man. It was the same way it was in MDC. If you know what MDC is, you know what it is. I'm not with nothing. I'm not with nothing. I ain't going for it. It is what it is.
Everything.
Cancel me, block my episodes, do what you gonna do. Y'all been doing it. They've been doing it for the last 3 or 4. They've been blocking me. So do what you gonna do. I don't care. I'm not with nothing.
Oh, shit crazy. Shit crazy.
Nah, I should have been born. My mother should have been irresponsible and had me at 22 instead of 48.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up, I should have been in a different era because this one is just. And it's crazy because every generation feels the ones after it are the weaker ones. And it's true. We've been getting watered down as time has been getting easier and easier. Like they said, the easier time is being created, they're creating weak men.
Yeah.
So now, in a minute, we ain't gonna have enough to call it men. We ain't gonna have enough. We gonna have a bunch of I don't even know what word, but a bunch of
Yeah,
feminine
they're
boys.
going to the ice cream box. You know what I'm saying? We just say that.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's like, and it's like, who gonna protect the nation? I think that could be another conspiracy right there. Or is like, are we weakening ourselves for something for a takeover?
That's what I thought about that too.
The debts, you know what I mean? We owe everybody. So
But
are we like literally weakening people for slavery or something?
but
For
Hey, look, Russia and China is the ones you better watch out for now.
exactly. And listen, are we
That's
like have we been sold? Like are
yeah.
we going to be POWs now? And the ones who fight, which would probably be us, we gonna have to stick together and die together.
If it,
Like
yeah, if it be another war,
no,
that's who it's gonna be against
but
Russia
but
and China, and
but
it's
it's
gonna be
crazy that
ugly.
good, bro. Good on 75.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So it's gonna be ugly, bro. I'm telling you. That's the
because
next
they
war.
don't allow that shit.
They trying to set up, man,
But
against
but
Russia and China, man.
but if you think about it, right? Because I thought about that too. Because we are dumbed down. You know what I mean? Our army, yes, we may be technical, fit for everything. You know what I mean? But who's 30 is China. You know what I mean? Who's 30 is I mean Russia. I don't know that's 30. You know what I mean? But China,
They sturdy enough.
China's not gonna play no games with us. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
if you look at it, they have this convention every year, you know what I mean? That all these great 8 nations come together. So everybody's in coherence with each other. They
Close.
understand what's going on. So there's a plan that's being put into place. You know what I mean? And I gotta look at how what Jack just said. Are we being sold? You know what I mean? Like everybody ain't gonna survive the next war. If that's what it be. The next
What
disease.
soldiers are we gonna have? Think about it. What soldiers will we have if we went to a physical war?
Bro.
Fuck the biological shit. If we went to a physical war, what soldiers are we gonna have? These masculine ass women that we producing that's producing themselves,
Yeah.
they not getting on the fucking front line. They're not
And
But
even
then
built for it.
and then Jack, man, you know the soldiers we be seeing coming through the airport during the holidays, they look like a bunch of like they 15, 16, man.
They
They're
they
like
look 12
kids,
years
man.
old, man.
Like
They look like children.
they look like kids, man. Going getting
He's
ready
probably
to
the
go
ROTC.
on to the army, man.
check this scenario though.
And
To
they
check
look
this scenario
crazy.
though, right? Check if forget war. Because
Right.
war would destroy land, war would destroy people. Okay, we want to depopularize, but that's too many killing, that's too many. It got me too many other people not going to be inside the war. You understand? So it's not going to reach everybody. But check this
Yeah.
out. Check that UFO sighting comes out. You know what I mean? That's gonna strike everybody. Everybody gonna look at that one point. What is our government gonna do to them? You understand? So our government said, "Oh, we gotta bury ourselves. We gotta go inside shelters. We gotta go, underground." So
I was about
now,
to tell you to build a bunker.
so now, what they did, like with the COVID, let's see if I tell these guys to stay inside, will they stay inside? And it got and what's crazy in my mind, people that had the right state of mind stood inside. People that kind of knew better stood inside. That was so scary for me inside that that COVID stage. You know what I mean? Because people that knew that this could be a conspiracy, or because you seen people dying, or you seen ambulance, you heard numbers. You understand? And not saying that you knew anybody at the time, because some people probably didn't know nobody. You understand? But eventually, somebody got labeled, even with a gunshot wound, that they died of COVID-19. So now that
Everything.
that strikes fear inside the family brain, even though he went inside it for a gunshot wound, he died of COVID-19.
I get what you're saying. It's propaganda, lies and propaganda.
You
That's
understand?
conspiracy. Yeah, basically, that's where we at. Yeah.
So it's just that now we got to focus on one way. We can't have war because war is different. Like I said, it's different. But now we put a UFO sighting or a big UFO trying to take over. You understand? And not just saying that, that's with the blue beam, whatever that thing, that the project, whatever they say. I mean,
Yeah, Project Blue Beam.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, we got to be wary of that too. You know what I mean? They already psychologically plugged our brains with Independence Day, with all of these things that say that these guys not
War of the
coming.
Worlds.
These guys not coming in peace. You know what I mean? You never see nobody say they came down and say, "Oh, we want to be friends. We want to help you with your technology." None of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Help you with sickness and yeah.
the anxiety. You understand that build up? We had an all time high of anxiety. You know what I mean? So yeah, look at where we at, bro.
Mind control,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. If you ain't ready, you gonna be scared. So I mean, I've always wanted since I was down here. I did want to do that bunker thing, have a weapons cache
No.
because down here it's easy to acquire it. It's
Mm-hmm.
real easy to get a weapons cache. I mean, it's open carry, it's open season out here already.
Facts.
So it's nothing to get you to buy up half of a damn gun shop because they're gonna give it to you. They're gonna give you all the guns that you want.
Yep. Big facts.
And shit, dudes already walking around with bulletproof vests on. Like I'm sitting here like, wow, what the hell am I looking at? Like for real, bro. I'm in the gas station on shit, I can't remember. I used to live on Greenbrier, near the Greenbrier Mall, near that area over there. Dude was pumping his gas, had the joint on him on his side right here and the holster, and had the bulletproof vest on. I'm sitting here like I think I need to go back to Peachtree Corners where it's nice at, man. Like, cause like I left New York. I don't want. I'm not trying. I'm good, man. I'm trying to chill.
Walk around the building,
I've just been able to watch drug dealer shows, bro. I'm trying to chill, man. I don't need the wild wild west.
yeah,
I
you know
don't
what I
need
mean?
that,
It's
man.
all about staying in your lane, staying out the way, bro. That's it.
Yeah, that's all,
That's
man.
all
But
you gotta do.
it's definitely getting crazy. And to be for real, man, you gotta kind of like form your allies or the people who think the way you do, and like and try to be somehow, some way prepared for what's upcoming, man. Because
Mhm.
part of me want to go, part of me want to make a move north, and part of me want to stay here and build that, weapons cache, and because I could do it legally. There's nothing that stopped me from doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I don't go outside with it, I can still have the shit in my home, and I can always carry a weapon in my car. And you just can't do that, in that one state. So sometimes it's difficult. I have difficulty,
I ain't mad
but
at
it's gonna be bad because we are weak. We are not. We are not Jim Browns and the Richard Roundtrees and the Fred Williamsons. Even if it's the characters, we're not those characters anymore. We're not trying to be those characters anymore.
you.
Yeah.
They threw SpongeBob in our face, and then that's that. Like, look, but peep it though. When we was coming up, we had the Silverhawks, GI Joe, what's the Thundercats. We had masculine characters. Yeah, we had Ducktales and stuff, but you still had your
Transformers and
Teenage
all
Mutant
that.
Ninja Turtle. You had the boy. People getting beat up by their own brother because he had to try that move that Leonardo did on Raphael. Whatever, cool, that happens. We don't have that anymore.
Nope.
We don't have boyish boys anymore because they putting them all on Ritalin. Oh, he's crazy. He's a little
Yeah, but
outlandish.
Jack, I'm about to go now. I gotta work tonight, man.
Oh, I know, brother. I know. We hit
Yeah.
that 2 hour mark. But I appreciate you coming through, bro. It was fun,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
We gonna do it.
757, man.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about doing it again though later on.
Yo,
Yo,
757,
that's
I'm gonna invite you to my channel. I'm about to like and subscribe over there on your channel, man.
Okay.
So
Lee, I mean, put your channels on a comment on my video, and I'm gonna go check it out.
I got you, bro. And we definitely gonna get together, pause. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
And do the ones we
yeah.
do. Enjoy
So
your day.
I'm gonna get it. I can get it from Jack. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
that. That I see you when I check back into the plantation on Saturday.
All right,
yo,
y'all.
you,
Y'all boys stay safe, man.
Peace, brother.
yo, you be good, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that's 757H podcast. Follow that man. Go like and subscribe. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, we about to wrap
Well,
up in a few ourselves,
well,
but
hold on.
go ahead.
He got a unique spelling, so you know what I mean, you gotta watch out for that. So look at the on the description of this podcast right here, and you're gonna see that how the way
The way it's spelled, yes.
I mean, so because I tried to look out for him early and I couldn't get him yesterday. So yeah, so I'm giving that clearance out there if you're looking for him. He got good topics as well.
And follow Doc on 0528, Doc 0528. Doc
Right.
0528. 757H podcast. 757 capital SH lowercase PODCAZ capital T. I ain't spelling that again though. But 757 SH podcast.
Well, at the beginning of
But
the
yeah,
show,
man, I gotta get huh?
at the beginning of the show, you're going to see it. If you rewind this at the beginning, you're going to see his name up there when he came up on the show. Because once the comments,
Yeah, it's in the description. It's definitely in the description. But yeah, man, I'm about to go play some hoops with more coworkers. They want to go in the gym. I'm actually scared because this will be my first game back from pulling my hamstring. But
okay.
I don't feel any pain anymore. So I'm gonna go give it a run. I think I gained weight since I had to stop. I was unable to walk, so I probably gained like maybe 5 or 10. Word, but it's okay because I'm an active person, man. We active. Well, I know I'm active. I ain't gonna speak for you no more, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm
Oh
active.
no, you active at work. At work, yeah. I'm definitely active at work.
But yeah, but I need to get more active pause. I mean, I need to do more stretches and things of that nature because I see where my lack of movement is. You know what I mean?
And I just gotta stay in shape because I make fun of people. So I can't make fun of people and then become what they are. Because like I tell people, and people hate me for it, body shaming, man, weak ass shit. But 80% of black women are overweight or obese. 70% of black men are overweight and obese. 75 as a total, we're overweight and obese.
Eating the wrong things,
But
looking at the wrong things. You know what I mean?
no, yeah, eating the wrong things is sitting on your ass.
I'm saying watching the wrong things. So we're not watching this bullshit. You know what I mean? On the internet, TikTok, we could be out and about, moving around, being more active in
Go
society.
do some
Or
shit. I'm about to try to start something where shit I work out with people where I try to do my part where I make fun of, but I'm gonna try to do my part and then once I see it, if it's a failure, if I can help anybody, that's great. If not, then I'm just gonna turn on the fun because I can crack jokes until I die.
well, do
Straight facts.
do a health channel, do a health show. You be all right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because you know what I think, man? The fact that we're worrying about feelings, we're not shaming people into doing the right thing. Because sometimes that's what's needed. That is what's needed. You sit there like, yo, this is what you talk about. You want to be smaller, but you're sitting here with this, that, and the third, or this, you know what I mean? Or you're sitting here laying down after work instead of maybe take a walk around the perimeter. Go walk around your house a little bit while you look at your TikTok. 'Cause you ain't got to stop looking at TikTok. Walk around the house walk around, your neighborhood. Go take a walk to the mailbox 3 or 4 times. There's ways you can, you know what I mean? And what you do is how you do it. You want to look at TikTok? Fine. Fine. Go take a walk. There's ways to do it. There's definitely ways to do that shit, man. Like it's difficult for me to run on a treadmill. But back in the day when I was on a football team, it was difficult for me to run on a track. What did I do? Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. Hot 97. Now I'm about to laugh for 30 minutes and I realize I done overran the 25 I was supposed to run. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That is ways to do it, bro, because you gotta run, you gotta walk. You ain't gotta run, but damn, walk.
Now you gotta do cardio. Get
You
your
gotta, you
heart.
gotta.
I feel
I
you.
mean, yeah, I'm sitting here with this damn cancer stick. Yeah, I fucked up because I had quit smoking cigarettes at the time. I had hurt myself too. But I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna get it back. I ain't saying it's gonna be easy. It's not easy, but I
Nah,
know I'm
but
gonna get
you,
it back because
but,
I see results fast.
nah, you plus I ain't gonna hold you up, pause. You know what I mean? You definitely know how to stop smoking cigarettes when it's time to. You know what I mean? When you need be. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, it's
you definitely got that mind control.
yeah, because I plan on still playing sports. I'm not teaching nobody because I ain't gonna lie. The conspiracy that kept the black man at the home is what's putting out these weak little boys, and I'm not catering. So if I'm gonna coach anyone when it's time, it's gonna be high school and better. Where the only time I'm gonna see the parents is at a game because I don't want you on my practice field. I really don't. I'm sorry, and I'm really not sorry because we didn't have parents on the field when I was a Harlem Giant. There were no parents on the field except for games. Nobody was walking up to Barney like, "Why are you stepping on their stomachs?" Ain't nobody know he was abusing.
Facts, right?
Not puffy abuse. No, you got away with it because he ain't step on you.
No,
None of them
no.
stepped on you.
I think he did one time. I believe he did one time, but he didn't do like how he did other people. I seen him stay on top of balls. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, like what time is it? You know what I mean? Like, and then step off. You know what I mean? But he did, cause he did. I get you trying to prove a point. You know what I mean? But it was
I
cool.
remember. I remember Coach Rob stepped on me. Put his whole weight on me. Took his time. That's what I get for gaining 75 pounds to play linebacker. But that's when I went back with you. He had stepped on me, tiptoed, and then stomped on me twice on his way to the next player. But you ain't got that no more because somebody gonna go home and tell their mother. You think I told Eva about that? You think I told Mr. No, I wasn't even Eva to tell. You think I told Mr. Batts about that? No. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Now you got people gonna tell. You can't be tough anymore. You can't. You got to be PG-13 in a sport that's definitely rated R.
Yep.
I don't look. They got it now where you getting fined and thrown out the team if you destroy a team by a certain amount of points. Losing builds character, man. You ain't gonna never want a team to smack you by 75 again. Never. I'm gonna shout out to Brandon because when I was in Peachtree Corners, he was on the football team and he was their running back. He ran up the score, I think, by himself. He had like 7, 8 touchdowns, and on the last one, he's about to like have the either on the 8th touchdown or the ninth one. One of them, they had to scream, "No, don't score!" He had to stop at like the 3 or the 5, wherever he stopped, so that he wouldn't score and the coach wouldn't get fined. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
But
That's like
again,
Little League. I always hated the mercy rule in Little League. I don't care. Slap them until the game is over, until they quit.
well, that's what they should do. Put a mercy rule up there. If that's the case, if you're gonna find the team, you know what I mean. Though you rather that than someone get hit with some penalty about some money. You know what I mean. You
Oh no,
can't.
I dig that. But nah, man, no. Because for me, if you playing sports, man, I'm Cobra Kai all day, man. There's no mercy is for the weak. The enemy deserves no
That too, you know
mercy.
what I mean? I'm with that too. Again, but again, we in society where these dudes, and again, we bad. It's bad when it comes down to
It's
when it
watered
comes
down, bro.
ranking our nation and how we got our character. Our kids, our adults, like it's real soft, real soft.
We are weak as hell. I'm gonna carry this conference, but I gotta calm down. Yeah, I'm about to get ready to hoop. But yeah, society is weak as a whole. I mean, like we were saying earlier, kids don't play sports. They don't. I mean, not sports, but they don't play outside anymore.
Nope.
They don't. Everybody's inside. Everybody's a
That's
internet nerd or internet junkie.
that physical interaction.
Yeah, it's none of that no more. Like it's It's really disgusting
Sad.
because I mean, and then you're not supposed to raise your kids old school. Yes, the fuck I will. Yes, the fuck I will. Ain't no time for that new shit. That new shit is loser shit because it's weak.
Sad.
It's really fucking weak. My children will sell your children 25 cents per annihilator, not per pack, per annihilator. First thing he gonna learn about is inflation. We ain't playing with you niggas.
I ain't mad at you with that, bro.
Nah, because I'm gonna pour my knowledge into my boy. Because of course I'm gonna pick a mother who don't sit here and say this is my son. She will say this is our son. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference with that. You gotta basically here's one trick for the fellas that you know you want to have a kid and you know you want to know if it's the right woman because if she sits there and takes over the duties of naming and you have no say in anything, this woman is just probably having a baby for herself. It's not a family thing. It's definitely not a family thing. If you have no input, you might have a name. You might want to name your child after one of your relatives, at least a middle or first. If you have no input, this is a small way to tell. You have no input. Just skeet in the bag. Skeet in the bag, bro. I mean, Doc, you know it's real, bro.
I know you're right. You know what direction that's going. I mean, be honest with you. You know.
Did you have say in your kids' names?
Oh yeah, I did. Definitely did.
You think I didn't? I named mine.
Definitely did.
To see your kid afterwards. like for real. Because you might never, that's some women, they want to be in, it's about power. Who has the power? Who's in charge? And it's horrible, but it's been made that the man is not supposed to be in charge anymore.
That's how the system is rigged.
Yeah, they rigged these nuts. But I ain't going for that. Like I said, like I keep saying, I'm gonna keep saying, I ain't going for that.
Shout out to HWF Live. Yo, what's good, bro? Thanks for stopping by, kid.
Yo, what's good to Afghanistan in the building? Appreciate you, bro. But yo, remember back in the day, like when we was coming up, you couldn't tell.
You broken up. We couldn't hear you. We couldn't tell what. What you
couldn't tell when raised by you couldn't tell when the dude was raised by a single mother because the women were different.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like you couldn't tell, you couldn't tell the dude was raised by a single woman because they still came up tough. Like it was so many dudes that I'm sitting there seeing they like tough in real life.
Mm-hmm. Yo.
Moms is mad little.
You was breaking up.
Can't hear me?
You was breaking. I could hear you now, but you was breaking up.
Yeah, I forgot I moved. So hopefully it's all right now.
I don't know if you know the reason.
But yeah, that shit crazy. This woman 4'9" and raised this man 6'3", and he'd kill everything in the whole room, but he's scared of his mother.
Yo, he said Jacky always like with that Target Wi-Fi. Sometimes it be like that, son. The reception be bad.
Yeah, shit. I'm trying to move around and get myself ready to go hoop. And I done moved where everything was all good to the fucking dungeon.
Oh, good. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, we could talk. We could, the show that you get ready, bro. You know what I mean? So you get everything.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yo, shout out to everybody that joined. Hit Doc0528 yellow YouTube, as you can see over there. Hit up Uncle Jacky Sports and Variety Network. We out here, you know what I mean? Trying to make things happen. So let's make it happen, Captain.
Yeah, I appreciate all of y'all that came through, man. I appreciate you, Doc, for waking up early. Appreciate 757 for coming through. But yeah, it's time to hoop because not only do I talk about sports, I still play them. But you know what I'm saying? So y'all have a good morning, a good rest of the day.
All right.
Y'all be good.
Peace to
And you be
everybody.
good too, Doc. Yeah, I see you backstage, Doc. All
All right, Brody.
right, y'all hold it down now. Y'all be good. One.
Yo, I think it's time we take a fucking time out to hear what Harlem got to say. What, niggas? Harlem on the rise. You don't want no problem with us, guys.
Check out Uncle Jacky on YouTube. Talk sports, fighting, and fornication. You know what I'm saying? Come through, chat, light one up, pour one. You know what I mean? Come chop it up with Uncle Jacky. Holla at me.
Salute me, bitches salute me, the block salute me, the hood salute me, you should salute me, they should salute me, so fuck who you are, I'm the motherfucking general, niggas salute me, bitches salute me, the block.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat.
He talks like his shit don't stink, but he's good people. I knew his father. I liked his Uncle Jacky better. Jacky was all right. Uncle Jacky was excellent. Fucking guineas. The Jacky. Uncle Jack was like...
About that.